What a day. So let's break down this trailer.
The world's ending. At least, that's what everyone's saying.
The sky, I don't like it.
Ready to fire, sir.
Welcome to the New World Order. Fire!
So we start the trailer off with some more of the footage of the destruction of Midgar from the disaster. We may have Elmira talking about how the world is ending to seemingly Zack. So that's interesting. There's so many implications with Zack and Elmira talking. But anyway, we have a Mako poisoned cloud on the back of Zack. This seems to be a little bit after they have returned to Midgar. And we have a title, "The world will be saved, but will you?" Some think this could be alluding to Zack or maybe even Cloud, maybe even Aerith. Then we get the long-awaited Junon celebratory President Rufus Shinra celebration. Something new here that didn't really happen in the OG is that they I guess do a celebratory firing of the cannon to welcome Rufus Shinra as new president. Then we get a look at the little soldier minigame that I sucked at in OG, but instead of being one of the infantrymen, you are now in front. It looks like you can change formation of the group. I'm not really sure how this is going to play out, but the Cloud is actually leading the group now, sticking out like a sore thumb, might I add, with a giant buster sword on his back.
Just close your eyes and listen. Tell me you can't hear that. Her rallying cry.
Planet runs out of energy. It and everything on it dies.
We can overcome our fate.
Then we get what looks like to be Gongaga. This looks like a broken down reactor it's in the center of Gongaga. Then we get the underside of Junon. If you look closely here, you can see the stairs that lead down to where you'll go fight Bottomswell and save Priscilla later. And we get our first official look at Cosmic Canyon, giant telescope at the top. Oh, this is so exciting. I have been waiting to see this forever, and I cannot wait for that campfire scene. Also, if you look at the top up here, you can see these little symbols. These obviously are probably going to be for some shops, inns, little points of interest and stuff like that. But here we get Tifa fighting a Nero Sephiroth. Just warning, I'm going to butcher a lot of these enemy names because they're just wild. But this is located in the OG game on the beach before Junon. Then here we get Barret and Cloud facing a bloat float on the path to Mount Coral. Because of the tropical trees and stuff like that, this is probably right after, in between Costa del Sol and Mount Coral. That's where these things normally appear at in the OG game. Then again, we have another little battle sequence here with a ski. This is obviously all the rocks, Cosmic Canyon area.
Am I the same as these monsters? Am I even human?
Okay, we're looking for Sephiroth. Think you can find him?
Oh, Sephiroth, you see.
So you heeded the call too, did you?
What are you talking about?
As you can see, your brothers down there are having a little get-together.
They're our best chance of finding Sephiroth.
Yeah, I ask because I suspect there's soldiers suffering from cellular degradation.
Do not be deceived. You know the truth. Trust in me.
Sephiroth!
Then we get a little bit more dialogue of the classic flashback scene with Sephiroth questioning his humanity. And here we get our first official look at Kate Sith. He looks so good. They did him so well. But here you can see him with his Moogle robot fighting what looks to be a Hylovodons. I'll put the name on the screen because what? These are right before Mount Nebel, little grasshopper looking guys. Then we get a quick look at some of the transportation in the game. We get the buggy, which looks amazing. We get 2 shots of chocobos. We get a mountain chocobo climbing a mountain, and we get a flying chocobo flying, obviously. Little thing to note, if you look down here at the bottom, there's a little balloon. I'm not really sure what those are for, but then we also get Cloud on a Segway, doing his best Paul Blart Mall Cop impersonation. And here we get some dialogue between the party, or Cloud, and this doctor. I can only assume this doctor is the doctor that's in Mideel, so we might be going to Mideel way sooner than normal. And we have one of the clones that were over there turn into Sephiroth and haunt Cloud. Real quick before we go on, shout out to some of the people over on Reddit. I asked them who this doctor could be. They said it could be Dr. Sheeran. He apparently appears in the novel Traces of Two Pasts, and he's the one who operated on Tifa's wounds after the Nibelheim incident, and he lives in Coral. But yeah, I just wanted to update that real quick. So this is more than likely This doctor from Traces of Two Past that operated on Tifa after the Nibelheim incident while she was like in critical condition. All right, back to the video.
Come on.
On me.
Here we get two quick looks at the Midgar Zolom and Bottom Swell. These look so good. So here we get 3 team attacks. The first one is with Barret and Yuffie. This team attack, according to the Japanese Square Enix FF7 Rebirth website, is called Shinobi Machine Gun. Then we have one with Aerith and Kate Sith. This one apparently is called Doken Aken Cannon. That's what Google translated it to, so that may be wrong. And then we get Sephiroth's and Cloud's, which apparently is called Sword Dance, possibly. That one is in question, but it says along with Sephiroth's splendid sword dance, Cloud also desperately cuts into pieces. So I know there's a bit of, translation issues there. Looks like Cloud and Sephiroth are fighting Materia Keeper, which they don't normally fight in the flashback. So that's new. So I wonder if that is going to be the boss fight for that section. We get a quick little glimpse at 2 of the summons. We get, of course, first is this giant Fortress Alexander. This is obviously in the VR training simulation, so we'll probably fight him there. It's probably how we'll unlock him and stuff. It's kind of similar to how we got some of the summons in the remake. And this enemy I could not place anywhere. I could not find anything on this. This is maybe some new form of Griffin or something like that. But if you guys know what this could be, let me know in the comments, because I looked forever. Could not find an enemy like this in OG FF7. Then we get a quick look at Alexander using his Zenitsuken on the Midgar Zolom. So there's a lot to take in here. This is our introduction to the Gold Saucer. We get the party riding up on the tram. You can see the Chocobo Square, the Battle Square, all that. This place looks massive, and I cannot wait to get in here and do all the mini games and go on the dates and do the plays. And then surprisingly, we get a look at Andrea from the Honeybee Inn. He is now working or doing a show at the Gold Saucer. And we get Yuffie here. We got some girls pushing past Yuffie, and she's in some sort of outfit, which is interesting, but Tifa's not. And we get our first official look at Dio, the Speedo Dio from Chocobo Racing. We get a look at the 8-bit battle game. I don't know, I forget what this is called in OG, but we get a look at this. This looks awesome. And then we have the G-Bike mini game as well. And they already said, I believe, there's going to be even more mini games there.
Excuse me, could you look after my friend? Just for a bit.
A weapon?
Tutelary creatures, set only to appear when the planet is in grave danger.
Who dares disturb my slumber? It's upon us. The reunion. When worlds merge. I'm waiting, Cloud.
So here's what I assume is Zack and Cloud first getting back into Midgar. Something is going on, there's a giant crowd, and Zack just tosses Cloud on Kyrie and says, hey, watch this guy for me. I assume this is so he can maybe go clean up real quick and go to the church, see if Aerith is there. That's what I imagine would happen here. We get to see some more of the Rufus celebration. People are assuming this could be Glenn from Ever Crisis. At first I thought it could be Reeve, but Reeve has black beard. This guy has red, which Glenn also has orange reddish hair and a similar mustache goatee. So this could very well be Glenn, and he could also be hunting on Sephiroth, which would be kind of wild. I'm not sure how Ever Crisis plays out, but I do have a video explaining how I think it ends. As of right now, I don't see Glenn and his team making it out alive because of his last name. Lodbrok has some pretty serious implications with it. I'll post that up above and in the comments below, so you can check that out. It's super interesting where his name kind of comes from. And then shortly after that little scene there, here we have Tifa in what looks to be underwater. I assume this is the Cosmic Canyon area, but someone else is talking, so I'm not so sure where they could be. This might not be Bugenhagen. Oh, it's definitely not Bugenhagen talking, but I'm not sure who this could be and where they could be at. But we see what looks to be Diamond Weapon or even maybe Emerald Weapon. I'm not sure. Then we get our first semi-official look at Vincent. He sounds awesome. His hair and his cape, because that's all we see so far, looks amazing. There is one thing to note in this scene is that Kate Sith does not have the Moogle. So I wonder if he just kind of summons it when needed. It doesn't look like he's going to be on the Moogle the entire time he's with the party, because I imagine that giant Moogle would not be able to walk and traverse the grounds easily. Then we have some little flashback scenes from the end of Remake, with Aerith doing the lightning stance from a different angle. These are all like different angles and stuff. So this is all stuff that happened in Remake at the very end after you fight Sephiroth. And then finally, we have an official release date, February 29th, 2024. But that's everything that I noticed in the trailer, every little breakdown, little detail that I could find. If I missed anything or you saw something of interest, let me know down below. But if you would like to stay up to date on all things Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Ever Crisis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because we'll be covering many things for Rebirth going forward. And when the game does come out, we'll have guides. Check out this video for the Summer Games Fest trailer breakdown, where I broke down the enemies and stuff there as well. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.